Nasser Al-Gaith, nobody likes the media criticizing them, but it's a bit unfair to blame them for Dubai's troubles. They're merely reporting what they see.
Yes, I'm not blaming them for the Dubai trouble. They made the picture so nice. It wasn't that nice. I mean, I'm talking about post-2003.
Are you on the right side of the
No,
argument
no.
here?
I'm talking about Dubai is not failing. One of the models has failed.
Isn't the reason that Dubai has failed and will go on failing is because it misses one important commodity, and that is a structure of good governance. It doesn't have a structure of good governance.
I don't think so.
The decisions rest with one man, not with the law. They rest with one man. Every decision is referred up to him. And if he doesn't like the criticism, he tells everyone to shut up. What sort of basis is that for a workable model and a workable society in future, being told to shut up because you're criticizing?
That's one point, but
please address the point. It may be one point, but it's an important point.
It's the same. The very same man who made Dubai. Dubai is a title for how to make everything from nothing in the Middle East. Compare Dubai, which is with its single man ruler. Compare it to Iraq, Libya, for example, or Algeria, who made nothing.
We found similarities in the climate of fear in getting people to even come to this debate and talk about it. A lot of media outlets won't even come and cover this debate here tonight because they're afraid of offending Dubai.
Fine, why do you think
is fear a good bedrock for a society?
Why do you think that all the foreigners from around the world want to go to Dubai, but they don't want to go to Libya or Iraq or Algeria? Why do you think that is?
Why do you think there's a bedrock of fear? Why is that necessary? And how is that going to provide an impetus for Dubai to go into the future?
I don't think it's fear, it's maybe lack of transparency. And that's one of the questions that's being learned now here. Lack of transparency is different than intimidation and fear.
All right. Nasser Al-Gaith, thank you very much
Thank you.
Could I now please ask Shala Musabe to speak for the motion?
I support the motion as an Emirati. I'm an Emirati national and I've lived there for 26 years. But the past year and a half, I've actually been in America. Why have I been in America? Because of fear and intimidation, because of slander and smear campaigns against me. Because of why? Because of my work defending victims of human rights violations, as well as human trafficking, domestic violence, something that they don't want me to talk about. So when I speak out loud about victims of human trafficking, and when I speak out loud about the lack of a system for protection of these people, what do I get? I get accused of being a human trafficker in the media. I have 6 Emirati children. I'm speaking on behalf of the Emirates as a citizen. I've lived there more than half of my life. I have a lot of love for that place. However, it's a betrayal. The non-transparency, the lies, you know, it's an atmosphere that, you know, when I speak to the Emiratis about the old days and how beautiful it was, that's the Emirates I know. The Emirates of 25 years ago, the Emirates of 10 years ago, the Emirates of 2015, even 15 years ago, when it was simple, when it was sweet, when the Emiratis still had their neighborhoods. So basically, my question is the Emirates a better place now with all this development than it was before? No. It was so much nicer before. Nice, beautiful vision went wrong, completely wrong.
Okay, all right. Shala Musabe, thank you very much indeed. What do you want Dubai to do? Close up and tell the rest of the world to go away? That would be progress, would it, as far as you're concerned?
I think that I would like to see Dubai get some experienced professional advice.
It's given many Arabs across the region pride in the best and most vibrant international trading hub they've ever had.
Pride at what?
Pride in something that works. Pride in being a player on the international stage.
Importing women to be locked up in flats and used as prostitutes, sex slaves. Pride at what?
Pride in a safe environment where people can grow up without being shot at the streets, without being robbed left, right and center.
Police?
Pride in things like that.
police imported from Yemen and Sudan and Somalia who don't have any experience in integrating with an international population. Therefore, when I am the first, when I have to come in contact with a police officer that can barely understand what I'm saying.
You want every detail correct in the master plan? What is a bad idea about opening the Arab world to different nationalities, religions, and customs?
That's a wonderful
what's wrong with
idea.
That? Well, that's what Dubai does, doesn't it?
Actually,
it opens up in a way that nowhere else in the Arab world does.
When you're going to stand up and say, come, 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 but you're not going to say, what are the complications of coming to this country? Gee, you have a common law marriage? Oh, we're going to prosecute you for adultery. We're going to, there is no integration
Dubai has
training.
listened to a lot of the criticism that's come its way. It's listened to the trafficking. The US actually took it off its watch list a year ago. Dozens of employers have had their licenses.
Right now.
Well, in 2009 report, it said it was off the watch list.
No, it's on its watch list.
I'll give you the piece of paper from the State Department. Dozens of employers have had their licenses revoked. Dozens of employers have had their licenses.
I think that Dr.
They're cracking down on illegal ways of treating people. How
is taking care of those human rights violations going to have any credibility when the founder of a women's shelter and the founder of the first initiative for human rights in the Emirates has been targeted with a smear campaign and can't even go back to her own country because of that?
Shola Massoud, thank you very much indeed.
You.
Could I ask now... Michelle Cannon, would you please speak against the motion?
Let's talk about Dubai. Dubai is the place where every Arab, if given an opportunity, will still look and say, this is a place I want to be. It still is a place that attracts the best and the brightest to date. When given an opportunity, when people think about and consider that we have fantastic Arab cities, whether we're talking about Rabat, whether you're talking about Cairo, whether you're talking about Beirut, whether you're talking about Riyadh or even Doha, Dubai still manages to attract a lot of people to itself. Why is that the case? This is a question that should be asked. Because Dubai is a place where it allows the best and the brightest to grow, to prosper, to benefit. And I'm not talking only from within the Arab world, even from within the subcontinent. When you look at the number of companies that exist in Dubai, from the subcontinent, you'd be impressed. When they think of where am I going to come and set up in the Middle East as a regional hub, Dubai is a place that comes to their mind, the first place that comes to their mind. If I look at international companies think in terms of a regional position. Where am I going to position myself? Again, Dubai is the place that people think of. And it's a very simple reason for them. It is the place where you have most likely the best communication, best transportation, although I must say there are other cities who are trying and vying hard and will pretty much catch up with Dubai. But for the present time, Dubai has the best of those. It has a very easy way of handling business. It has a very simple and smooth procedure from a business point of view. This is why Dubai is attractive. This is the model that Dubai has as a bedrock, and this is why people look at Dubai. It is a beacon of prosperity, not only for companies, but for individuals, Arabs and non-Arabs. I strongly hope that you will support our side of the argument and vote against this. Thank you.